Hi, Mark. Well, yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. It's such an exciting time for you because you're approaching 40 years as a DJ. Like, how are you feeling?
Thank you, Brooke. Yeah, I'm feeling excited, and I just can't believe that it's been 40 years already. Yeah, it's crazy where time's gone, pretty much.
Yeah, when you first started this 40 years ago, did you ever think that, you'd be here today celebrating 40 years of it?
No, I actually thought by my 20s I'd be married, kids, and just that's it. Hung up the headphones and be done with it. But it just didn't stop. It just kept going and going, and next thing you know, here I am, 40 years down the track.
Yeah, incredible. And looking back on it, what's one moment that really defined your journey as a DJ?
One moment, there's probably plenty of moments, but probably what defines it is I think that now that the second generation of like the kids, the parents I played to back in the day, now their kids are all grown up. They're starting to be in their mid, early 20s, and some of them are getting married. Some of them are coming to the clubs or the festivals. So I'm seeing it like as a second wave, a second generation coming through. So that's a buzz for me to see that. Yeah, there's probably just many other things as well. So.
Yeah, and it's kind of like in a way that you're growing with them as well, because some people that you might have seen come to your sets, they might have kids and things like that, and they bring their kids along to your shows, and it's, as you said, introducing it to that newer generation of people.
Correct. Yeah, just playing the music their parents grew up with, and playing the same, because now there's so many remixes out there of 80s and 90s, pop tracks, house tracks, and so on. What's old is new, and you're entertaining them and the parents at the same time. So it's fun. It's great to see.
Absolutely. And what's kept you passionate about DJing 40 years later? What keeps you going?
I think it's all about the music. The music, as they say, house music is a spiritual thing. Music is a spiritual thing. It's just music is an escape for a lot of people. It's a pick me up for a lot of people. It's just music's just got that energy, and it just keeps me going. Just finding new tracks and playing new tracks and old classics and so on and so forth. This that music, that passion just drives me to keep going.
Amazing. And you've got that decades of dance set coming up, and 40 years is such a long time. So how do you choose 40 years worth of songs to then condense into a set?
Good question. I'm putting it all together now. Playing 4 decades of music. I mean, there's a lot of tracks that I absolutely love, um, and I want to try and showcase all that in, we'll say, 3.5 hours. But what I'm doing, I'm making edits, like 2.5 minute edits of all the tracks that I absolutely love and adore. Some of the tracks I'll allow to breathe and play, as much as I can. I'll play a lot more of it. But yeah, I think that's the game plan, to try and squeeze in as many tracks as I can within the 3.5 hours. So edits, short edits. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's still impressive. Like getting 4 decades worth of music into 3.5 hours. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
impressive.
It's going to be challenging, but at the same time rewarding and fun. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like it'll be more of a journey through time or just a blend of everything in the way that you've structured this set?
Um, it'll be a mishmash, not just a journey. I won't be playing like 80s and 90s and setting up at night and so on and so forth. It'll be I think I'll do it with more an energy sort of. I start at a certain BPM and just slowly grow and build the energy, and then have a bit of a valley, and then bring it up and take it home. It's all going to be energy based. So I'll be mashing up a lot of 80s and 90s and 2000s and 2010s and so on, where it suits pretty much. So.
Yeah, so it's got a bit of something for everyone, no matter what people's music taste is, no matter what genre or era of music they like, they just come along and there's something for everyone, which is great.
Exactly. It's going to be a mix of everything, not just house music, not just 80s or 90s. There'll be even a surprise rock song thrown in the mix, so stuff that I adore and love. Yeah, surprise vocalists jumping up on stage. And so it's going to be, fun, a lot of fun.
Yeah. And you've also got live elements of sax and percussion. So how important is that live energy to your shows now?
It's, it adds to the night. I mean, some of the guys, Jason Hera, Jared Lees, Joy Soul. We've got surprise Joanne performing. Who else we got there? There's a few. Um, it just adds to the whole sort of element. It just lifts it when people see a vocalist performing. It's just all eyes on them. When the percussion is there and his energy. Playing on top of the tracks I'm playing, that just lifts it. And Jared on sax, just gives it another sort of element. It lifts the energy of the room. So yeah, it just gives it that live feel, as you said.
Yeah, and with this show, you might have people that are just discovering now coming along, and you're also going to have people that, may have been supporting you along your 40-year career. So those people that have been here from the start, how do you hope they feel after coming to the show?
Um, well, just to because at the start I'm going to be catching up with a lot of them before I jump on the deck. So it'll be just great to see them and just to see them in their element again. 'Cause some of them don't go out, week in, week out anymore. Just to see them on the dance floor, just it'll bring back memories for me and for them. It'll be just exciting times for all of us.
Yeah. And what have been some of the biggest or most exciting changes you've seen over time, whether that's new technology being introduced or how things have like evolved with now like social media and music being more accessible as well?
Technology has played a big part in the evolvement of DJs and music. From the equipment, from vinyl and turntables back in the 80s and early 90s, mid 90s, to CDs being introduced, and then now you're in a digital era of people USB or hard drive or playing off their laptops. It's exciting. It's different now compared to what it was back then. I mean, I love the vinyl. I've collected vinyl since I was a kid, since I started DJing. But it's exciting times now with the new technology. What you can do these days with looping and effects, and it's just you can remix live. You can tell a story differently. So with vinyl, it was harder back then to do that unless you had two of the same records where you're doing your phasing records together, or just doing little tricks and scratching and all that sort of stuff. Social media also plays a big part as well. That's changed the mindset of clubbers and people, but. It's different times, but exciting times still. They're just exciting from back then and now as well. So
Yeah, and it's good to see how it all comes back around as well. Like really impressive vinyl collection you've got there. But there was a period where everyone was like, "Oh, vinyl's dead," but now it's also coming back a lot now too, and people are returning to buying vinyls. And I've even seen like a return of like artists selling cassettes as well as opposed to just CDs, which is good.
oh wow. Oh, you let me know where you're getting these cassettes from. I need to find some. It's made a huge comeback in the last 5 to 10 years. Like you go to JB Hi-Fi and you see, where 4 or 5 years ago they had one row of records. Now they've got multiple sort of rows of albums and 12s, records. It's made a huge comeback. Loving it, loving it. So
Yeah, I think people just really value having music that you can see and show people as well, as opposed to like streaming where it's just on your phone. Like if people come over, they can actually see what you're listening to, and it kind of connects people because they can be like, "Oh, like what's that vinyl? That looks cool. Like tell me who you're listening to."
yeah, it's great because I mean, I remember albums. You open up an album, you can actually see who wrote the song. Who was who the musicians were on that sort of specific song. Just the whole opening it up the sleeve and just checking out the whole album and the story it's telling you. It's just the artwork, and it's different to the digital era. It's completely different. You've got to research. You've got to go to dis, Discogs, or just research and dig to find who the musos were or the writers and so on and so forth. It's not listed there, as a digital.
Yeah, it's really important that that happens, that everyone gets credit for the music that they are making.
100%. And I mean, you look at back 80s and 90s, how many musicians were playing on an album, opposed to now it's, because of the accessibility with production and a lot of the producers are in their bedrooms and they're doing it all themselves and they're talented. It's amazing, amazing times, as I said. So
Yeah. Obviously, you've had a very successful career. So, do you have any advice for any young up and coming DJs that might, they might want to do 40 years as well?
um yeah, good question. If I was starting today, I think networking is a key element. Networking, get to know who who your if you're in clubs or festivals, know who the promoters are out there. Go to your local bar, find out who owns the bar, and see if they're looking for a night to fill in, fill in a spot for a DJ. Networking is key, and these days, the DJ is now a networker, a marketing person. You need to be present on social media. Have a presence on there, and just spread the word that you're a DJ. And that's the business side of things. Off the top of my head, when you're playing, I mean, learn how to read a crowd. Yeah, if you're warming up, warm up the music for a headliner. If you're playing main set, do your research. Know how to read a crowd, know how to back yourself up in case the song doesn't work. Again, depending on what sort of venue you're doing it and what music you're playing. But yeah, just have fun. That's what it's all about. So.
Yeah, definitely. And reflecting on that, is there anything that you would have done differently in your career looking back on challenges you've had or any like moments you've had where you're like, look, if I knew what I know now, I would have done this differently?
Uh, I think how everything's panned out now, that's all worked out perfectly. You make mistakes on the way, and you've got to make that to learn from. No, I think what I've done in the past has put me in the place I'm in at the moment. No, nothing at all. No, I'll just keep growing. I'll probably still make mistakes, but end of the day, that's how you learn. You've got to keep rolling with the punches, as they say. So.
Yeah, it makes you more adaptable as well as like knowing that, you can make mistakes and if they happen, it's not the end of the world. You can overcome them and, people are still gonna support you and be there for you.
100%, and you just got to keep going. And the people, they'll be there for you. They know what you're all about. As long as you're true to yourself and you're just being you, like, people will support you. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And if you had to sum up 40 years behind the decks in one feeling or moment, what would it be?
uh, probably wow. I can't believe it's been 40 years already. So yeah, it's overwhelming and at the same time exciting, and at the same time, yeah, I'm just in disbelief. I just can't believe it's been 40 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got this show coming up to celebrate, and what's next for you? Like it sounds like obviously you're still really inspired by what you do. You're not going away anytime soon. So where do you go
Mm.
from here?
From here, still, we've got a lot of gigs coming up, supporting shows, festivals, other events interstate. That's the DJ aspect of it. Next step for me, getting back into music production and getting more releases out there. That's the next step. Yeah. So,
Yeah. And maybe we'll see you do a cassette too. Who knows?
I'd love to bring the cassettes back. Yeah, so that'd be amazing. The good old cassette.
Yeah. That's basically all my formal questions. Was there anything that you wanted to share, whether it's about your set or anything that you really want people to know before they come out and see you?
Um, on the night down there, celebrating 40 years, yeah, it's just a fun night. People getting together, old friends, catch up with old friends, new friends, making new friends. Just an exciting night, for the 40th anniversary. With up and coming DJs, just go out there and just strut your stuff, just show us what you're all about musically.